Hey guys, welcome back to the Hermitcraft server. It is episode 100 and I just want to start things off before we even begin in today's episode by saying I am over the moon. I cannot believe it. 100 episodes on a single survival Let's Play world. I can't believe it. I can't believe how far we've managed to come, and I just want to start things off by being a little bit soppy here because I want to say a massive thank you to you as the community. Now, I know this is a bit cliche, but without you guys, I don't think I could have got to this milestone. You were always there. Whenever I upload a video, you are straight down in the comment section, let me know that it's good. You're telling me in the comment section about things that I could do better, maybe improvements that I should make. You're hitting the like button, you're hitting the share button, you're telling all your mates about the Hermitcraft series. All of that not only really helps me out as a YouTuber, but it also helps me with motivation. If I upload a video and see that everyone loves it, it's going to make me think, hey, everyone really loved that. That's a really good response. I'm going to make more of those sorts of episodes. And that is exactly what happened with the Hermitcraft series. And it's kept me going for all this time. We've been playing on the server for over a year now. And it's just been an incredible experience. And most of that is thanks to you. So I'm going to be moving on because otherwise I might get a little bit tearful. Emotions are running fairly high. It is episode 100 because we're going to be moving on and I have got 100 questions to answer. You guys came in your thousands, asking tons upon tons of really brilliant questions. Sadly, I'm not going to be answering all of them because I've only got 100 to do, but that is still plenty. There is a good variance of different questions, and you should get a little bit of knowledge about me that perhaps you didn't have before. This first question is, who inspired you to start YouTube? It's a fairly common one, but I would like to say that it is a mix between Etho, Seth Bling, C&B Minecraft, and Disco. All of those guys were working on very technical builds at the time. I was always so impressed by all of the things that they were working on, the projects that they were uploading on YouTube, and I decided that I wanted to go down that route. I wanted to pursue technical Minecraft, so I really did work hard on getting my redstone skills up, trying to get better at it all, so that I could hop onto YouTube and feel confident explaining these sorts of things to viewers. And that is where my first channel success came from, is working on redstone videos. Now the next one is, what are your favourite hobbies outside of Minecraft? Like to go to the gym. I really love driving. Driving is one of my favourite things to do. I used to go BMXing and I used to longboard a lot more than I usually do now. BMXing sadly had to drop off because I grew to 6'5", which is a bit of a problem when the BMX is so small. Longboarding I still would do if I actually had people to go with me, which is a bit of a shame. When did you start playing Minecraft? This is another tough question, but I would say it was around about 4 years ago in beta 1.2. I bought the game for £12 at the time, which is a lot cheaper than what Microsoft had paid for it, eh? Now, moving on, we have got, how did you find out about Minecraft? It was spoken about quite a lot in my school. A lot of the people were playing it, and I thought, hey, I might as well check this one out. So I went on the free version in browser, Minecraft Classic, and I thought, this is great fun. So I ended up paying for it, and that was a lot of money for me at the time. Paid for it, and then just haven't looked back. It was one of the best £12 I've ever spent in my life. How much money do you need for your home studio? That's a good question. I've actually got a ton of money saved up, but the home studio itself, the building alone, is going to cost around about £9,000, which is a lot of money, but I am saving up, and I should be able to get that done by around about November, December time, which is very exciting indeed, because that will be my own personal space to record YouTube videos, which will be incredible, should end up with tons more videos being produced. Do you play any other games? Yes, I do. I play Assetto Corsa because, as I mentioned earlier, really like driving, and Grand Theft Auto 5 because that is one of the best games or things in the entertainment industry ever made. It beats most movies, songs, everything. Grand Theft Auto 5 is the business. If you've never played it before, then I would highly suggest it if, of course, you are over the age of 18. Do you have a girlfriend? No, I do not. Mentioned that many times. Sadly, still don't have one. Can't really say anything else on the matter. Have you ever played Yu-Gi-Oh? I have owned Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I have owned hundreds of them. Never actually played a game though. A little bit strange there. What program do you use to record and stream with? Now, I record with Fraps and I stream with OBD. Everyone says that Fraps is bad, but I seem to think it's really good. Gives pretty good video quality, as you can see from my videos. They all look pretty decent, so that's what I use. If it ain't broke, you don't fix it. What program do you use to edit your videos? I use Adobe After Effects. Once again, a lot of people say that that isn't correct. I should be using Premiere Pro, but I always get a much better looking video when using Adobe After Effects. I think it's just because I'm used to it. I know exactly where things are. I know how it all works, so that is what I use. What is your favourite TV show? definitely Breaking Bad. It's gotta be. It's just one of the only shows that I've properly got into. I'm not much of a TV guy myself, but Breaking Bad is just incredible. And recently I watched Hannibal. Hannibal is also absolutely amazing. So if you haven't seen either of those two, highly suggest checking it out. Once again, you're probably going to have to be over 18 for those, because I'm fairly certain they've got age ratings. Definitely Hannibal. And, well, Breaking Bad, it's got loads of drug use, murder. Yeah, they're both pretty bad for young'uns. How has your day been? My day has been fantastic. Episode 100 of Hermitcraft is currently being recorded, and my day at college has been good. Got home, there wasn't any traffic on the road, so that's always good fun. So it's been lovely. I hope that you've had a good day as well. Why did Jumbo leave Mumbo Jumbo? This is a good question. I often get asked this, but Jumbo left, or Tom. I'm going to refer to him as Tom from now on, because I don't really think of him as Jumbo. So Tom left because he just stopped enjoying Minecraft. He didn't want to be part of the YouTube thing, and he left extremely early on. What you have to remember is that me and Tom had YouTube channels before this one for around about 2 years, and I think Tom was getting fairly sick and tired of the whole YouTube thing, so he started this one up. And then he decided about 5 episodes in, you know what, I can't be bothered with this. And I completely understand that. We're still, of course, best friends, still talking, I still see him all the time, so it's all good there. Is False your girlfriend? No, she is not. That's all I'm going to say there. False is not my girlfriend. Moving on, do you like Lego? Yes, of course I like Lego. Everyone loves Lego unless you're standing on it. If you're standing on Lego, it's the worst thing in the world, but as soon as you step off it, you're reminded of just how amazing Lego is. I love Lego. In fact, I haven't used my Lego for a very long time. I think I might get it out the cupboard. What is your favourite food? Probably burgers, or any form of meat. But burgers, homemade, using real ingredients, massive great things the size of my head. Best thing in the world, can't top it. How long have you been working with Redstone? Probably around about 2, maybe 3 years now, which is an extremely long time, but I've been working on it since pistons were introduced in Minecraft 1.7, I believe. So, quite a long time ago. Yeah, that's been a very, very long time indeed. How did you get started on YouTube? Well, in terms of my actual YouTube videos, I used to make COD videos on old channels way back, and that is how I learned all of my editing and things. But as far as this channel is concerned, I just started off by thinking I want to play Minecraft with my friend, and we're going to make videos of it and have a lot of fun. And that is what I did, and then my friend left, so I continued making Minecraft videos, having fun, and then here I am today. It's funny how that sort of thing works out. What was your first redstone contraption? I think it was a 2x2 piston door. In fact, I'm fairly certain it was a 2x2 piston door. The thing was huge, it had wires going everywhere, redstone torches all over the place, it was completely out of sync, ugliest wiring I've ever seen, but it worked, and that is the main thing. Can you swear? I don't tend to do it on camera. I have been known to swear a few times in real life, but I don't like swearing on this YouTube channel because I know that I've got a lot of young subscribers, and I prefer to keep that sort of thing away from here, and I know a lot of people respect me for that, so that's pretty good. How big are your feet? I have size 14 feet. That's 14 UK. I don't know how big that is in US, but I've got pretty big feet, okay? I'm pretty tall. It would be strange if my feet were small, so yeah, my feet are pretty huge. Are you a Doctor Who fan? Are you a Doctor Who fan? I am sort of a Doctor Who. I think I'm going to leave that in the video because that was the funniest mess up of words I've ever seen in my life. I can't believe I just did that, but I would sort of consider myself a Doctor Who fan. I don't watch every single episode, and I don't exactly sit down to watch them, but I really do enjoy the series, and if it is on, then I'll definitely sit down and watch it. Who is your favourite YouTuber? Oh, I'm not answering that one. I can't answer that one. There are so many good YouTubers out there. Aside from Minecraft, if we're taking Minecraft out of the equation, I would definitely say Olan Rogers, or Wheezy Waiter, or the Corridor Digital guys, or the Slow-Mo guys. I mean, there's so many good YouTubers out there. I'm not able to answer that question. I apologise. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Probably quite a lot, if I can actually say the sentence. Thoughts on the Microsoft Minecraft situation? I'm not actually that fussed by it, as long as Microsoft don't do too much to hurt the community. For example, if they start taking cuts from YouTubers' ad revenue, that will be very annoying. If they say that you can't monetize any Minecraft videos, that would be extremely annoying, because then I won't be able to use this as my job, and that will definitely reduce the amount of videos that you're getting. But as long as they don't do anything like that, I'm not particularly bothered. I wouldn't mind a Minecraft 2.0. Maybe I'm just on my own in that one. Who knows? Who knows what could happen? It's only speculation at the minute. We are only going to know if this is good or bad when Microsoft actually start doing things. Why didn't you make a normal elevator on the Hermitcraft server? That's a good question, but unfortunately elevators and Minecraft servers don't particularly work very well together, so I thought I'd go for one of the server-safe elevators, you know, one of the ones that is meant to be server-safe. Didn't particularly work out for me very well, did it? We had 2 episodes of just pure frustration. Awful, awful stuff. What would you like to see in Minecraft 2.0? That's a good question, and I haven't really given it too much thought, but I really like some of the stuff that is in modded Minecraft. Things like different ways to get power. Perhaps opposite to Redstone, we could have actual energy that could be used to power things. I know that would lose the Minecraft feel, and I know a lot of people wouldn't like that, but having played a little bit of modded, it's actually quite fun to work with. It gives you something else to think about, which is pretty nice. But other than that, maybe some pulley systems, who knows? It would have to be significantly different from current Minecraft for it to merit the new badge, the Minecraft 2.0. What mods would you like to see in vanilla? That is pretty much the same as the question before. I wouldn't mind seeing things like applied energistics. That would be amazing, but that will never ever happen, so we'll just leave that out. Favourite animal? In terms of real life and ownable, potentially ownable animals, a serval, even though I would never own one because it's fairly cruel to own a serval. I would love the thought of just walking down the street without on a lead. It's basically a small cheetah. It would just be the best thing ever. The number of looks that you would get, it would just never get boring. Favourite enchantment? Ooh, that's a tough one. I'm going to have to say Silk Touch just because it's so rare, but Efficiency 5 is definitely one of those enchantments that is just necessary. If we didn't have that, everything else would be slower, so I think actually I am going to say Efficiency 5 for that one. If you could have done one thing differently when you started your channel, what would it be? Probably not speak so loudly into my inbuilt microphone in my Mac because it sounded horrendous, and I don't know why I never picked up on that in the beginning, but it was just awful. It just sounded really screechy and horrible. I don't fully understand why people subscribed to me back in the day, because my old videos are pretty much unlistenable, and I'm not even going to tell you to watch them because they're just that awful. Have you ever pooped in public before? No, I haven't. Have you? Is that a normal thing? I can't imagine that being a particularly normal thing. What phone do you have? I've actually got an iPhone 6 at the minute. Cue the hate. I don't even care, because I have owned a ton of Android phones in the past, and I really, really like Android phones, but I just have a history of breaking quite a lot of them. And the good thing about iPhones is that if you smash the screen, you take it to Apple and they go, oh, you've broken it, and then they give you a new one. It's fine, and I'm not particularly fussed by the iPhone 6 before you ask. I actually think it's fairly ugly, and I'm not going to be getting one of them. What is your favourite thing about Minecraft? It is probably Redstone, and in terms of specifics, probably pistons. They were one of the best additions to the game. Absolutely amazing, game changer, and it happened quite early on, which was nice. What would you do if you hit 1 million subscribers? I don't know. I haven't thought that far ahead, but I would probably dance around my room a bit and then maybe jump out a window or something, because that is a huge milestone to hit, but I don't know if we're ever going to hit it. We are approaching 500,000 quite quick though, which is all very exciting indeed. If you were a different person, would you have subscribed to yourself when you had 20k subscribers? I probably would have done. I feel like my early content, when I reached around about 20,000 subscribers, really did make a turnaround, and I started putting out pretty good content. For example, my piano, that was a great video, still one of my favourite videos I've ever produced, so yeah, I'd say I probably would. Do you like cheese? Of course I like cheese. I love cheese. Everyone loves cheese, unless you're lactose intolerant, in which case that's unfortunate. What happened to the Redstone Let's Build? Unfortunately, the world got corrupted with the snapshots and things, and I wasn't able to continue on with it. I did sort of try rebuilding the world, but it just got very tedious, very time consuming, and it meant that I had to actually take time away from making videos to rebuild the world once again, and I just thought I might as well leave it out on that one and move on. So sorry about that. If you did enjoy that series, I might start it up again in the future. What was your most complex Redstone creation? I have a few very complex ones coming in the future, so you've got that to look forward to. But as far as old ones, the expandable spiral staircase, the hidden spiral staircase that you could continue down on, that thing was huge. It looked like a central core processing unit or some form of microchip. It was mental, but I was so very proud of that one. Favourite movie? Probably The Shawshank Redemption. I absolutely love that film. Also, as far as recent films are concerned, Things like Lawless. I really like most films with Tom Hardy in them. I just think he's such a cool guy. Inception is another example of that. Wolf of Wall Street as well. All amazing films there. Do you own Chuck? Chuck is a dog that I actually rescued in Portugal. I don't own it myself. The family that I stay with in Portugal are now taking care of him. He's looking great, by the way. He's a lovely little dog, and when I head out to Portugal again, I will, of course, post hundreds of pictures of him on Instagram, because they seem to do the best on Instagram. So there we go. If you do want to see Chuck, then check out my Instagram. It's down in the description down below. Is this a good question? Not really. It's not the best question I've ever read. Do people at college know that you do YouTube? Yes, a few people do. A lot of people do. In fact, I was actually in my new accounting class the other day. Turns out that someone knew me from YouTube. He turned around and said, "Hey, I recognise your voice. Are you from the internet?" In which case I was like, "Oh, yes, I am." And then he managed to identify me from my voice, which was pretty cool. So, hello to the guy in accounting. I don't know if you're watching this, but that caught me by surprise, but it was very nice to meet you indeed. Do you plan on going to university? Yes, I do. I want to do computer science, but I thought I would do a third year at college so I could continue doing YouTube and keep this ticking over, which I would say is a pretty good idea because YouTube is going better than ever right now. Why the name Mumbo Jumbo? Another really good question that I don't fully know. That is one thing that I can thank Tom for, also known as Jumbo. He came up with the name, and it's just amazing. It's stuck with me, and is such a good name. It just, I don't know, something about it's just got a really friendly feel to it. Like Mumbo Jumbo is a friendly thing, and also it's slightly ironic because it means total nonsense, and the whole point of my channel is that it isn't total nonsense. So I quite like it, and like I say, it's one that I almost identify with now. Whenever someone shouts out Mumbo, I'm always the one that turns round, which is a little bit strange, and I should probably stop doing that. Do you ever meet subs in real life? I've met a few of them, and it's always lovely. If you ever see me on the street, don't hesitate to come up to me, say hi and all that sort of thing. Just make sure that you have the right YouTuber in mind, because that would be very, very awkward if you thought I was someone else. But anyway, when did you become addicted to stone bricks? I still don't feel like I am addicted to stone bricks, but it was probably when I started on Hermitcraft, building the jungle base. Jungle builds often lend themselves to stone bricks, and I think that's where I started off, and just haven't looked back since. What is your job? This is my job. YouTube is my job. Before that, I had a paper round. I also did lawn mowing. I did a few bits and pieces for the Surrey Advertiser and things, but other than that, yeah, pretty much this whole YouTube job is my job, and it's the best job I currently have, and might even be the best job that I will have, which is, well, recipe for a midlife crisis, I think, at the age of 18, which is a bit of a shame. Would you rather fight a horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses? Probably the 100 duck-sized horses, because I'm quite big. I could just step on a bunch of them, wouldn't be a problem at all. What is your most embarrassing death on a Minecraft world? Well, I'm fairly certain when I was building the giant cactus farm that I did on the Hermitcraft server, I actually died inside a cactus, while a lot of other people were online, and I was taking the mick out of quite a bit. So I would say that is up there with one of the most embarrassing ones. But anyway, that was question number 50. We are halfway through. I'm now going to take a breather because my voice, it is hurting quite a bit. I can tell you now, it is hurting quite a bit. Question 51 is, do you smoke? No, I do not. I tend to stay away from that sort of thing. Bad for your health, and also it smells pretty disgusting, so no, I don't really like that one. How big are your man breasts? I don't think I have any. I go to the gym quite a bit, but when I was younger, in fact when I started this YouTube channel, I was considerably larger than I am right now, so there might have been some man breast action going on. You never really know. Do you wipe your butt standing up or sitting down? I just don't wipe. I'm gonna leave it there. Gonna end it right there. Sex tape for episode 100. Yeah, no, that's not gonna happen. Like I mentioned earlier, I don't particularly have much of a girlfriend right now, so even if I wanted to do it, I don't think I'd be able to. What is your best childhood memory? Well, when I was younger, I went to a petting zoo. There are a bunch of pens around in a circle with animals in which you could go up to them and stroke them. I decided to go to the log in the middle and start stroking that. Yeah, I really don't know what to say on that one. Oh dear. What hermits have you met in real life? Unfortunately, I haven't met any of them. I don't really go to any of the international games conventions and things, which means I don't really get an opportunity to see them. The reason that I don't go to these places is because I don't really have the monetary funding, and also I go to college, which is a bit of a shame. Would you ever do a vlog together with the hermits? Of course I would. I would love to do that, but that would involve getting us all to one location, which would be extremely expensive because we're a fairly multinational group. Do you know what Exuma looks like? No, I do not. No one knows what Exuma looks like. For all we know, he doesn't actually exist. He's just part of a computer somewhere that is putting out crazy Minecraft videos, which I'm fine with, because the videos are pretty good, and if a computer can do it that well, then that's pretty impressive. Cats or dogs? I'm actually a dog man, but sadly, because my family and things are always out the house, we have always had cats. Sadly, we don't have any pets at the minute, though, because all of them died, which is a bit of a shame. Why do you not play PvP? It's because I see Minecraft as a creative game. I play Minecraft when I want to build things. If I wanted to kill people, then I would play Grand Theft Auto or Call of Duty or any other first-person shooters and things. Minecraft is a game that I sit down to play creatively, and that is why I tend to stay away from PvP, as I don't particularly enjoy it myself. What was your least favourite episode to record? Honestly, probably the past 2 episodes. They were so hellish, I was getting so infuriated. Also, it doesn't help that my room gets very hot, and when you get angry, you I don't even want to think about it. Those 2 episodes, I like to think that I kept fairly calm on camera, but I was really stressing out for those ones. If you could change something about vanilla, what would it be? Probably Enderman actually being able to pick up blocks. I would be fine if they could go up to the block and then pick up like a second version of it. That would be okay, but they always just pick things up, take them away, move them somewhere else, and it just means you end up with a massive mess. It was even worse when Enderman used to be able to pick up every kind of block. Oh my, nothing was safe, there were blocks everywhere, it was just the worst thing. What would be your ideal job? This is my ideal job. I get to play Minecraft, make YouTube videos, do everything that I love, all mixed into one big bundle, and actually earn money from it. I can't believe it. I'm in a dream position right now, and I never really want it to end. How do you get time to study, get good grades, and run a YouTube channel? That's a pretty good question, and the simple answer is to get very little sleep. The true answer, though, is to actually organise yourself effectively. So you need to make sure that you know when you're meant to be recording videos and when you're meant to be studying. Another thing that I do is I record in advance. For example, all of the videos for this week are done and dusted, and I am currently in the process of recording all the videos coming out next week. So they will all be done by the time this video is released. By the time this video is released, in fact, I will be recording videos for the following week. So I am way in advance, and that is just to stop myself from getting all clogged up. And if anything pops up that ruins my recording session, it means that I'm not going to lose a video, which is the best situation to be in. What do you think of yourself when you started YouTube? I was a little bit chubbier, and also I was a lot more childish, and I would have liked to have changed both those things probably at the time. Especially looking back, I wish that my older videos were a lot more professional, because now I feel like I've got to a pretty good point, but I could still work on it, and I'm trying to make things even more professional as we continue forwards. What do you study? Well, I used to study maths, physics, ICT, graphics, and English. And I finished all of those courses because now I'm in my 3rd year of college, and I've just picked up accounting, computing, and also ICT A2. So I'm continuing ICT, but I've also picked up accounting and computing, and so far all of it is really good fun, and it is all hopefully going to help me out both on YouTube and also for future careers. What is your main goal in life? Wow, I don't know. I have no idea. Just continue doing what makes me happy. Currently, that is what I'm doing. And if I can continue that forward throughout my entire life, I think I will be an extremely happy man. Favourite robot in Robot Wars? I actually can't remember many robots from Robot Wars. There was one called Mr. Cheese, but I don't remember why I actually remember him. He just had some kind of crazy flippy mechanism, but also there was that really big one that had almost all the tools. He was one of the ones that was actually on... He was on the Robot Wars show. He was one of the ones controlled by the actual show itself, but I can't remember his name, which is a bit of a shame. Do you even lift? Yes, I do. I go to the gym pretty much every day. Mentioned that so many times in today's video. But there we go. That is what I do. Have you ever taken a selfie? If so, insert the picture here. I have taken a few selfies in my time, but most of them are horrendously ugly because my first instinct when putting that phone out there is to pull the worst face I possibly can. So there are a few on my Instagram, but most of them have pictures of me with about 40 chins. So if you want to check those out, then there will be a link to that down in the description. Do you wear pants when you are recording? Yes, of course I do. I don't understand the YouTubers that record videos without their trousers on. I personally couldn't sit here in my jimmies recording a video. So that is why whenever I'm recording, I am fully decked out in all of my clothes. In fact, occasionally, I dress up to record videos because if I'm dressed smart, I talk smart, I make smart videos, and that is my mentality on the whole thing. What is your favourite ice cream flavour? Whoa, that's a tough question, but I would have to say that it is either cookie dough or caramel choo choo by Ben & Jerry's. They are both just the best. Liquid gold going into the mouth there. In fact, you're making me hungry now. Might have to head out and buy myself some ice cream in a couple minutes. What car do you have? I actually drive a BMW M135i. I saved for it for a very long time, which makes it so much better knowing that I've actually earned that money, put it back into the car. It is just the funnest thing. Oh, I love it. In fact, you're making me think I could drive to the shop now, have great fun in my car, buy some nice ice cream, eat the ice cream, and then drive back. It just seems so tempting right now because my throat really is starting to hurt. I hadn't quite anticipated how many questions 100 questions was going to be. Do you like Monty Python? Of course I like Monty Python. Everyone loves Monty Python. Holy Grail and Life of Brian are two of the funniest films I've ever seen. Can you say "good eye mate" without sounding Australian? I think that clears it up. I don't know if that was particularly Australian, but it's definitely heading in that direction. If you were arrested, what crime do you think you would have committed? Probably some form of car-related crime, be it speeding or not necessarily dangerous driving, because I don't drive particularly dangerously, but speeding would definitely be one that I could potentially get arrested for at some point, which would be a little bit unfortunate. What part of the UK are you from? I am from just south of London, just underneath there. Not going to give many further details because I don't want you turning up at my door, but that is roughly where I live. How do I hide a body? I don't know. I've never done it myself. I have watched Breaking Bad though, and apparently a good way to do it is to dissolve it in acid. So if you want to do that, then go right ahead. Just don't do it in a bathtub, because that's just, well, it's not the way to go. What kind of computer do you have? Well, when I bought it, it was a top-of-the-range thing. Now it's probably mid-range, but it's got a quad-core i7 Ivy Bridge processor and an HD 7970 3GB graphics card with a sprinkle of SSDs about the place to make things nice and fast. I hope that's explained it for you. How did you find the artist ProleteR? I was doing that thing where you're on YouTube and you click on all the recommended videos, found one of his. It was a match made in heaven. Ever since then, I've used his music in all of my videos because it just sounds so good, and I would say that it definitely fits in with the style of videos that I'm trying to produce. How old are you? I am 18 years of age. Why on earth are you doing a Q&A? Thought it would be a good idea, and a lot of people asked for it, so that's that. Can you say my name? Mr. Muffin. Where do you get your redstone knowledge? I was actually watching a lot of YouTube videos and doing a lot of experimenting for myself, and gradually I began to learn the ropes, and then you just start getting to know it. It's strange. It's one of those things that once you start experimenting, trying out your own stuff, you really do progress very nice and quickly, and I got to a fairly decent level, yeah, pretty quickly. Why are you doing YouTube? The short answer is because it's really great fun. The longer answer is because it keeps me busy. It makes my mind active. If I wake up in the morning knowing that I have to do YouTube videos, I am up bright and early, always doing stuff, making sure that I'm prepared, organised, keeps the brain active, and that is always good in life. Should I save up for a nice car or have a nice time but have no car? Bit of a tough question there, but I would suggest if you are saving up for something like that, save up for the car, but also put some money aside so that you can do the things that you want to do. That way you can not only get a nice car, but also have a good time while saving up for it. At least that's what I did. Do you know the Muffin Man? Yes, I do. I mentioned him in question 83, said his name, so if you want to locate him, then you know where to find him. What is your dream setup? Ooh, that's a tough question. There is a YouTuber called Mr. Tybox123 who has one of the best setups I've ever seen. That would probably be a pretty decent setup to have. I would absolutely love it if I got up to that level there. If you could live in a game world, what would it be? Either Minecraft or Grand Theft Auto. Grand Theft Auto because you just seem to have endless money everywhere. Minecraft because it's a very peaceful environment. I'd love to live on a Minecraft peaceful world in which it would just be the best. You're on your own, you get to do your own thing, you get to get your own resources. That would be great, so I wouldn't mind that myself. Are you going to Minecon 2015? I do plan on it. If it is in the UK and it isn't during exam season, then I will definitely be going. If it is outside the UK or if it's during all of my exams, then I'll have to think about it because that will involve a lot of arranging and it could cause unnecessary stress that I don't really need, so I'll have to think about that one. How many subs did you get? Well, currently I'm on 413,000 subscribers, so I think that answers your question. Don't really know. How many hours does it take to redstone? It depends what you're building, really. Some simple redstone creations take a very short amount of time. You can just do them nice and quickly and then they're done. Some of the more advanced stuff can take 5 to 6 hours, if not a few days to complete, which can get very tedious and also fairly frustrating, especially if things aren't working how you plan to. That is recipe for high blood pressure, okay? How long do you spend on each episode? Hermitcraft, I tend to spend around about 4 to 6 hours on each episode. Modsauce is probably around about 3 to 4 hours. Redstone, in terms of the actual building, it can take any length of time, but the video itself is usually done within an hour, which is quite nice. PC or console? That's a tough one because I don't particularly game that often, but all of my friends are on console. I have very few friends on PC, so that means that generally speaking, if I do sit down to have a gaming session, I do it on console because that means I can chat to all of my mates. But of course, I play Minecraft entirely on the PC, and that makes up around about 99% of all of my gaming experience. You are defusing a bomb, cut the red or the blue. I probably wouldn't cut either of them. I'd probably drop the scissors and just run away because I don't want to be dealing with that sort of stress. Simple as that. Why don't you have a fan server? I don't really know. I'm not particularly good at the whole server organization thing. I don't really understand enough about all of the servers to actually run one myself. And generally speaking, I think other people do it better than I could possibly do it. So that is why I leave them to it. But that might be something that I end up doing at some point in the future, maybe at one point. I'm not promising anything. Don't get too excited. What are boats and hoes? It's actually a reference to a movie called Step Brothers. Hilarious movie if you haven't seen it before. But in that film, they sing a song called Boats and Hoes. It always stuck with me, and for some reason, I was just playing Minecraft the other day, and I just thought to myself, you know what, chest, put some boats in it, put some hoes in it. There we go, we've got ourselves some boats and hoes. What is your plan for life? Once again, big question. I really don't know enough about what I'm going to be doing for a life plan. Ideally, I would like to be able to do this job for the rest of my life, retire at the age of 69 or 70, and then just move on, but I don't think that's going to happen. In terms of long-term plans, like I say, university, computer science, get a job in programming. Who really knows? You never do. Do you live with friends or family? I live with my family. I currently just live with my mum. It's a 2-person household, which is great. But, of course, I would like to have at least some place in which I can record videos on my own without anyone around, because otherwise my house gets pretty noisy. Favourite thing about being British? Probably the accent. The accent is just amazing. I love the British accent. Hearing people talk in a British accent is just the best. And also our comedy is just hilarious. I love our comedy. Don't know if anyone else does, but British comedy just never fails to make me laugh. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That is all 100 questions answered for this 100th episode of Hermitcraft. I am going to have to head out and get myself a Strepsil or something because my throat is killing me. It is completely destroyed, but I have been spending the past 2 hours talking. What you have to remember is that I'm pretty awful at talking to the microphone without making mess ups, and I had to do a bunch of recuts and redos, and it was just quite frustrating. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to hit that like button, and if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later.